This would probably make a good podcast. Hey everyone, it's Craig from Flying Wheels. Welcome to Chatting in Cars with Craig. You've got another episode on our YouTube channel, all car-based videos. So if you're not following already, make sure to subscribe down below. Guess who's back? Surprise guest, we got Alyssa.
Hi!
And then obviously German is back. We got a lot of good things to say about you from the last video. A lot of requests to have you back. You get a ton of knowledge up in that giant hat you wear. So we can chat about some of the stuff that have worked for you. Today's topic, we're going to talk about buyers and sellers. So we're sellers. Alyssa, you've worn both shoes.
Yes.
You've worked as a salesperson for a Porsche dealership.
Yep.
And you buy cars. So you've bought cars for yourself on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, just the stigma, like a girl will go with their boyfriend or their dad or their best guy friend to go car shopping. I've known you since you were in high school, and
I've never shown up with a guy.
You've been a car person as long as I've known you. You were fixing your Mitsubishi Galant, or whatever it was, when you were like 16 years old.
I was doing a lot of body work to it. Everything you can just look up on YouTube.
So we do a lot of selling, obviously, at our shop, and I think we've been so successful, or at least me as a salesperson, is because I'm not salesy. I don't like going onto I don't like car dealers generally. I don't like going onto a car dealership's lot, and I don't like feeling pressured. I don't like that they push a sale so hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been successful as a seller because I don't push a sale. I find out what works for a customer. I ask questions, and if they want a car, they want a car. If they don't want the car, they don't want the car. But we have other options too. And I try to get a sale as much as I can without feeling like their arm is twisted. You have a couple good things that you had said before the camera was running. What do you think about selling in general?
Well, basically, when you're trying to sell, you have to feel your customer out. Like you said, you want to find their needs, what they need. You want to sell them what they need. But again, you have customers that are so unsure of themselves that you have to tell them what they need and what they want and what they need to do.
That's a good point.
It's like if they could really want a vehicle until you tell them, well, is it going to be cash or credit? Do you have the cash on you? Yes. Well, you need to give me that cash so I can write this bill of sale up for you. And
one of the things that we did at the Porsche dealership was, what is it that you're looking for? There's a variety of things. Is it comfort? Is it gas mileage? Is it affordability? What is their top priority? And that's mostly for people who come in and they don't really know what they want. So you kind of help them figure out what they want by figuring it out what it is that they need. How many kids do you have? So are they going to need a coupe, or are they going to need a four-door, things like that?
So you find their hot topic.
Yes.
I always ask that. What are you using it for? And then they get kind of confused when I ask, what are you using it for? Well, what do you mean? I'm driving around. Yeah, but do you tow things?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a horse trailer? Do you have multiple kids? Do you live on a dirt road?
Right.
All those things, like a customer might come in for a Toyota Corolla, but then they leave in a Toyota Highlander because it's a little bit better for their lifestyle.
And the great thing about asking questions like that too is if you ask it right, it comes off as endearing and you're being, personal, you're getting to know each other. So you're getting to know the person as well as their needs.
That's actually a good topic that you had mentioned earlier. So I always ask what they want, and I'm on their side versus me versus them. So if it's me trying to sell them a car, it's me against them.
Mm-hmm.
If it's me helping them find a car, there's a big difference.
Right.
So if I am, well, what are your needs? What are you looking for? What do you think about blue? What do you think about red? What do you think about, is it too high? Is it too low? Is the driver's seat comfortable? You had brought up a topic about people don't necessarily know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, and you said it too, you have to find what they're looking for.
Definitely. You have to know, are you going to commute far? Are you going to, how far is your commute? Is it going to be just a spare car in the family? How many people are going to be driving it? Is it going to be your personal one? What do you do for a living?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ski? Do you horseback ride? So once you get, people have to get comfortable with you and try to open up to you. Once they open up and you can feel that, if you're not being like a salesperson and you just being a friend and conversing on what their needs and wants are at this point, that's when they can open up to you. But if they come on the lot with their guards up and
Yeah.
you can't break the ice, that's
Which a lot of people do.
Sale. That's
Right.
definitely a difficult sale.
Yeah, actually
Because
breaking the
there's
ice
such
is
a
a big
stigma.
one. Getting
Yeah.
people comfortable with you. Now you were talking off camera about how you kind of shop the car with them. So you open the glove box and you.
Oh, yes.
Can you tell me about that a little bit?
Yes. So what I basically do is like, well, the car's only been on the lot for so long, and they'll start asking me questions. So what do you know about it? I'm like, really don't know much about it, but if I open the glove box and there's service records there, so let's learn together. Basically, I tell them, let's learn together. Oh, there's no service records here. There's some here. I'll go to your title book and find out if it's a one owner. I says it has to be at least a two owner, because if it had been a one owner, that's definitely a salient feature, and Craig would tell me at this point. So I basically learn the vehicle that they're interested with them. This way they know that that I'm for them. I'm working for them. Like when they come on the lot, I let them know and understand that I am here for them. I work for the customer.
I've done this a lot, and if you think of a lot, like not everybody's a car person. First of all, most people don't like shopping for a car.
Yes.
Second of all, not everybody knows everything about cars. So they might come onto the lot and their first question is what's their best price, because they don't know anything else to ask. Or, they might open the hood and not even know what they're looking at. And you can kind of feel that out by asking the right questions. And in that case, it actually does help me to get on their side, because once I ask the right questions and realize they might not know anything, I start buying it as if I start selling it as if I'm the buyer. So I will look at it with them. We're a state inspector, so we know what we're looking for when we're looking at cars anyway. So I can tell them, listen, if I was going to buy the car, these are all the things I would look for.
Yes.
Point out blemishes, because why hide something? They're going to find it eventually. So I'll walk around and I'll check the wheel bearings, I'll check the tie rods, I'll check the ball joints, I'll check the tires, and I'll be verbally saying these things aloud to the customer. Well, first thing I do is go check the tires. We can actually peek inside the wheels and see that the brake pads are good. We can feel the rotors are okay. We can plug in and even check emissions for you. Now the customers feel really comfortable, because they might have been apprehensive at the beginning, and now they are having you on their side looking at the car thoroughly. You've bought cars. What's it like for you going on a lot, and when's the last time you bought a car? You bought that Civic.
Yeah, so I bought the Civic from a dealership. I bought 3 or 4 other cars from private parties. Every experience was pretty different. The only difference is I noticed with private party sellers, they're very secretive about a lot of things. You have to ask a lot of questions as the buyer. Questions are, for both the buyer and the seller, questions are your number one priority. So when I was buying privately, I would always look at the car myself. I would get down on my hands and knees and go under the car. Like, no matter what they said, I would test drive it multiple times. And I would have them write things in wording saying, if this becomes an issue, you will fix it, things like that. And if they're not willing to do that, then don't buy the car, go somewhere else. So you have to find the right person as a buyer and a seller, and you have to find the right car. There really is a car for everybody. And the thing about Flying Wheels is you guys have such a variety of cars.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good thing you said, there's a car for everybody. And in our business, we always say there's an ass for every seat. So we might sit on a car that's very special interest.
Yeah.
And people would say, lower the price. No, because I know what the car's value is.
Yeah.
I know what the car's value is. I just have to find that right person that's going to fit in that car, whether it's a 99 Corolla or an 06 Mercedes, whatever. There's somebody that wants that car somewhere. It's your job to find them or help them find you. So anything else you guys want to talk about regarding buying and selling?
Maybe Kelley Blue Book and how it's really not very accurate for, like, when you are trying to buy a car, everyone uses Kelley Blue Book, and I do the same thing. But when you use Kelley Blue Book, it doesn't take into consideration if the dealership had to put, money into it, or, there's so many factors that Kelley Blue Book and other entities like that don't take into consideration when they're evaluating a car.
That's actually a great topic that I'm going to do in a whole other video.
Cool.
Because it's not just Kelly Blue Book, it's
Yeah.
Car Gurus, Facebook Marketplace does all these
Yeah.
things. So watch out for the next video that's going to be about that. We're going to talk about pricing your vehicles and values, because nowadays everything's tiered by best deal.
Right.
So, and best deal on the internet is lowest price.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean best deal, and I'm having trouble talking to customers about
Right.
best deal when Car Gurus only cares about a price. They don't take into consideration anything else. So that's going to be another video that we're talking about. One thing that I should have thought of prior to this video, in hindsight, we probably shouldn't have taken such a noisy vehicle to make a video, because this thing is bumpy and rickety. You guys know the game. What are we driving? I think this one's an obvious one. If you know what we're driving, comment down below. Stay tuned for the next videos, because we have like 4 Chatting in Cars coming up with German and Alyssa and myself, all about car topics. All good topics. And if you can't watch us at home, watch us as a video podcast on your way to work. Put us up on your TV like that, on your dashboard, and watch our videos. Make sure to subscribe down below. Thank you everybody for watching. Give us a thumbs up so other people get recommended on this video. We always appreciate the support. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.
Bye, guys.